Hello everyone, welcome to yet another tutorial. Today we are going to look at how to create an animation like this. Alright, so we will look at how to create marbles, how to use physics to make the marbles fall down in the bowl. We also have little depth of field and we have motion blur for the marbles when they fall down. Alright, so let us see how all this comes together and create this animation. I've also added sound effects in After Effects and we will look at how to do that as well. So we are in Blender. I will delete the light. We just use the camera and the box. The box, if I hit the N key, I will make the box 10 by 10 by 5. Okay, and then I will move it 2.5 up so that it lies flat on the ground. I'll go to the tab, edit mode, and delete this face. So we have a hollow object. We'll tab it and add a modifier, subdivision. Okay, so we will have a flat surface. We will use say 2 by 2, and we'll go to object, shade smooth, and then we'll go to tab, add an edge loop and drag it down. So we have a flat base. Now I'll go to vertex mode, wireframe mode, and we will stop this. We'll click on the move tool. We'll select all the bottom vertices and scale them in. Okay, so we have a flat bowl, and now we want it to be round, so we will add another edge loop and we will scale the edge loop out. Okay, so that will give us a bowl. We can even select the top and scale them out a little bit. Okay, so we have a bowl with a flat base so it can sit on the surface. Now we will apply this and add solidify. Okay, and then we'll make it 0.02 so it has enough thickness. Okay, if you go to, and then we will apply that also and add subdivision one more time. Okay, undo it and 0.05, little thicker, and then subdivision surface. So that gives us a nice bowl. So I'll apply this and apply this as well. So we have the bowl done. Keep it aside. Add mesh UV sphere. So this object we will rename bowl. This object shade smooth, name it marble blue. Alright, so this is going to be our blue marble. I'm going to add mesh cube and I will name it blue inside. Okay, so this is going to be the blue thing that is inside the marble. This thing will be 1 by 1 by 2, and then I will go to edit mode, add a subdivision edge loop inside. You can select the top, select the bottom and scale it inside. Okay, and then if you want, you can modify it. So what is the design inside is up to you. So say I want a design like this, that's fine. Okay, and then I will go to tab to get out of edit mode and add a subdivision to this. Object shade smooth. Go to tab and we'll add some edge loop to create some sharpness. Okay, so we have an object which is sharp. So this is going to be inside. Now what we will do is we'll create another marble. Shift D and I will move it in one axis. And then I will again add mesh cube and make it again 1 1. Okay, so I will name this marble red. Okay, and name this red inside. And again tab, again same thing, go to vertex, wireframe, move tool, top, shift bottom, scale only in these two axes, and then I will simply move the middle ones and drag it like this. Okay, so this is the shape I want. Okay, so again get out of edit mode, subdivision, object shade smooth. Okay, shift D, move it out. Okay, so this one will be maybe slender but taller, but bendy, and this one will be like that. Then they can be close to each other, and these things have to go inside, so I'll select both and scale both in. Okay, so once I'm done, Control J to make it a one object. Okay, so this will go inside like this, and this will go inside like this. So Shift P, marble yellow. Okay, and I will use this design. Okay, tab, delete faces, delete vertices, delete vertices. Okay, so we just have one. So go to 7 top view, and then I will create a flower. So Shift D and rotate it 90 degrees. Shift D, (270 degrees). Okay, so it will be like this, which will be inside. You can individually make these thinner. Okay, so that is good. I'll select this, Control J. Now we will put all 1, 2, 3. 3 is good. Wireframe, put this inside. Make sure that it is small. 3. Select this. Move this inside. Select this. Move this inside. Scale. Okay. So now it's time to add material. So this object, so I will save the file. Desktop, marbles, marble good, and materials, new marble. So marble material has to have pure white color, 1 step. Specular full, roughness 0, transmission full, IOR I'll make it 1.6. Okay. Subsurface, screen space refractions on. We are in EV, screen space refraction on, refraction on. Go to cycles. We'll add in background image, environment texture, and go to HDRI heaven. Okay, and download an HDRI image that you like. Okay, go to outdoor and select the one that you like. I use this one. Okay, go to the render view and you can see the marble texture. Go to 0, view, to camera, and bring the marble in. Okay, so you can render it, and it's too big now, so we'll go to output settings and make it 500 by 500 for testing. Okay, render image. Okay, so you can see how the marble image looks. We'll go to wireframe mode and select the other object inside. This is blue inside, so we'll create a new material and name it blue inside. Okay, and then we'll go to shading. Okay, so same thing, specular full, roughness 0, transmission full, and we will add a ramp. So add, search for ramp, color ramp goes to color ramp. Okay, so you can see that it's black or it's white. Okay, so we want a blue color. So how it is going to be is that in the middle it's going to be blue. In the end it's going to be white. Okay, and then we will add one more and make it light blue, and add one more and make it light blue, and this one also we will make it light blue but little dark. Okay, so the blue will fade to white. Now this has to be applied properly. Okay, so if you look at it right now, okay, there is no ramp applied to it. So what we will do is we will add an XYZ, separate XYZ node, and we'll connect the Z to it. Okay, but it still doesn't know where is XYZ, so we'll hit Control T. So you should have an edit references, should have a node wrangler on for this to work. Okay, Control T. Now we're not going to use texture, so delete it. We'll correct the vector. And we are not connecting the UV but the generated. And now you can see our ramp working. Okay, so you can see that the ramp is moving up and down. This is moving up and down. It's moving up and down. Okay, so now we'll move it back inside 0 and render the image, and you can see the blue marble. Okay, so I'm happy with this result. We'll move on to the next one. Okay, so all these are going to be same, only colors are going to change. So I'll Control C this. Select the other one, add a new material, and what object is this? This is red, so this will be red inside, and Control V this, connect it. Okay. We'll bring our other object into the camera. Seven. Why is the camera not moving? Okay, so this one will have the marble material, and the inside will have red color. So we'll have to change the colors to red. So again the red color will be less red, maybe purple. You can go to town with the colors. Everything else is set up. So render image. Something doesn't look right. Why is transmission? We didn't do the transmission setup. Specular full, roughness low. Render image. And now we have red marble. Okay, you can tweak the ramp the way you want. I'm not going to spend time on that. We will move on to the next one. So move our camera to this. This one is, oh, both are red. It should be yellow inside. New material, yellow inside. Control V is not working for some reason. So we need to select these. Control C, Control V, and connect. Now this is going to be yellow, and yellow has to be pretty dark yellow because yellow is more closer to the white, so it looks very transparent. And again specular 0, roughness full. We need little metallic also for our yellow color because yellow is too transparent. We didn't apply the marble material. Roughness, specular is full, transmission is full, something is going wrong. So roughness was full. Yeah, this looks much better. Okay, so now we'll select this, Control J, so we have blue inside. Select this, shift select this, Control J, select this, shift select this, Control J. Okay. So we have a marble blue, marble red, and marble yellow. Okay, so we'll go to add mesh plane, layout, scale it big, and scale it wide. Okay, so this is floor, shift D, rotate -90. This is wall, move it up, send it back. Okay, 0, camera has gone crazy, we'll delete it. Add camera. Why is camera behaving like this? -90 -25. Alright, so now we'll go back to our camera settings, and we're going to use 720 by 406. That is what is going to be rendered. Okay, this object, we didn't do the materials for the bowl, so again we will add material, bowl. The color will be slightly blue, specular full, roughness 0, transmission full. Okay, and then we'll go to shading, and I'm going to add a bump node to it, connect normal to normal. Then I'm going to add texture, and you can use any of these. So let's say magic, and connect it to height map. Okay, and then this is how the magic texture looks. So you can reduce the strength. Then you can increase the scale and the distortion. Okay, you can play with it, but something simple like this, so that we don't have too much attention onto the bowl. And then we can focus on the marbles. Okay, so that is good. So we'll select this object and then go to dynamics, rigid body, passive because it's not going to move, and instead of convex hull we are going to use is mesh. This will go to 1, 3 actually. 1. B, so that is the blue one, yellow, red. 1, 5, 2, 5, wireframe, 3, 3 looks good, and wireframe, so I'll move it here. Okay, so we have multiple balls. We go to 0, they will fall there. Okay, so we'll select the first one, go to dynamics, rigid body, and the mass will be high, so I'm using 10. Everything else is fine. Friction will be less, bounciness will be more. Okay, so this is the basic setup that I have and I work with. What you need to do is now assign all these to this object. So the first one is selected, shift select the rest. This one I will go here, I will add this option so that I can lock the wall. I can select all, select this one, shift select these, and go to object, rigid body, copy from active. So all of these become active rigid bodies with same information. So we will go to 0, and then if you hit the play button, all the marbles are going to fall. This has moved too far. Okay, so here also we need to move them around so they are not straight line. And then we have to animate the camera. So we will hit the I key and say location, rotation and scale. Go to 200 and simply look up. eye location. Okay, so we are looking in the front and then the camera moves like this. So while the camera is moving, this one, okay. So what we need to do is now go to 1 again and move all this little down. Okay, so the idea is the initial ones take some time to fall and then these speed up as they come. What we will do is we will add more. Shift T and add figure. Then even the camera, what do we want the camera to do? Reach the top little faster. Okay, so you can see the marbles. So this simulation will end at around 140. That sounds good. Okay, so to see how this simulation looks, you can also go to view, and before you do that you have to go to setup, go to end frame 140, 24 frames per second is good, save it as FFmpeg video, encoding we will use mpeg4, decide where you want to save it, and name it marble to preview, and we can go to view, viewport render animation. Okay, so this is just a preview animation of how the animation is going to look before you render it and get a final look. Okay, so this is done. So if you go to where you have saved it, marble preview, so you can see the marbles falling in. Okay, so this animation looks good, everything is fine. Now we need to select the camera, Depth of field is on. We need to view the limits so we know where the focus is. So let us bring the focus in the middle there. Okay. The aperture may be 0.5. So we can stop somewhere and then render an image and see how the rendering looks. Okay, the other thing is we'll go to render setup and turn on motion blur. And then we'll play this. And now this is in the field, so render image. So you can see the motion blur in action as well. Okay, I'm not going to render the whole thing, but you can see what I want to do is, I think that this key is too down. So we'll start already at an angle. So we can start seeing the marbles reacting in the bowl sooner. Render image. I want to see the depth motion blur there. Okay, so there you can see it's not clear. So we didn't add material to our background, so we'll add a new material and call it background. Go to shading and shift control P, and I'm going to go, you can go to PCO textures, and then search for any texture. I used wood. Okay, so whatever wood texture you like. Once you download, you will get multiple maps. Select everything. Let's go back and hold on, that is the one. Assign the texture. Select this object, and that is here. And then we can assign the same material. BG. There you go. UV editing. Turn it around, and then we can scale it up. turn it around, scale it. Let's select these. G, Y, G, Z, G, X. This is good. So our blur will work better. So 0.05, that looks good. Render image. So we will get now our final look for the material, depth of field, motion blur. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I guess we are done here. We will set up our final render. So you can do 720 by 4:6 or 1280 by 720 start end. We have mentioned high quality and start rendering. Okay, and then you have to go to YouTube and look for marble fall sound. Alright, and download the video. Go to After Effects. Once the rendering is done, you open your file. I'll just go through real quickly how I did it. Just open the file and show it to you here. Okay, so I have the main composition which has a pre-comp. So here what I did is, this is my rendering. I copied it multiple times and then I created a composition, and then this is the main file where there is the only movie, and this is my sound file. Okay, so I just used the first part of the sound file, and then every time the marble fell down, I repeated that. Okay, every time the marble hits, and in the end I just used the rolling sound. And then I have also played with the opacity. So this is -10, -8, -6, and so on. Okay, so I get the same thing repeated, and then the rolling. So that's about it. You render it out and you get your marble falling in the bowl. Thank you so much. Bye bye.